From Neural Newscast, this is Prime Cyber Insights, intelligence for defenders, leaders, and decision-makers.
I'm Aaron. Welcome to Prime Cyber Insights for April 6th, 2026.
I'm Lauren. Today, we're tracking a sophisticated shift in ransomware delivery as the Qilin and Warlock groups weaponize vulnerable drivers to dismantle endpoint security.
The technical data from Cisco Talos is sobering, Lauren. Qilin is using a malicious DLL, MSIMG32.DLL, to launch a multi-stage infection chain. It leverages Bring Your Own Vulnerable Driver, or BYOVD, to terminate over 300 different EDR drivers. They're effectively using legitimate signed drivers like ThrottleStop to gain kernel mode hardware access and silence almost every security vendor on the market.
That highlights a massive blind spot in traditional EDR. While Qilin focuses on credential theft and DLL sideloading, the Warlock group is taking a different route, exploiting unpatched Microsoft SharePoint servers. Aaron, they're also utilizing the BYOVD technique with the NSEC driver to achieve kernel-level persistence. It's clear these groups are moving toward a defense-first offensive strategy.
Exactly. And speaking of persistent threats, we finally have a name for one of the industry's most elusive figures. German authorities have publicly doxed UNKN, the alleged head of the REvil and GAND crab ransomware gangs. His name is Daniil Maksimovich Shchukin, a 31-year-old Russian national linked to over 130 acts of sabotage.
It's a significant moment for the BKA. Shchukin's groups pioneered the double extortion model that defined the last 5 years of cybercrime. While he remains at large, likely in Russia, the unmasking of the UNKN handle removes a layer of anonymity that these actors rely on for their recruitment and operations.
While law enforcement hunts the people, practitioners have to hunt the vulnerabilities. Fortinet issued an emergency weekend update for CVE 2026-35616. This is a critical improper access control flaw in FortiClient EMS version 7.4.5 and 7.4.6. It allows unauthenticated attackers to execute commands via crafted requests, and Fortinet confirms it is being exploited in the wild.
If you're running those versions, the hotfix is mandatory. On a more positive note for transparency, Malwarebytes just completed its first third-party audit of its VPN infrastructure. X41DSec conducted a 2-month white box test. They did find one critical vulnerability during the audit, but the key takeaway, Aaron, is that Malwarebytes remediated it immediately and verified their no-logs architecture.
That's the standard we need. In an era where EDR is being systematically disabled by groups like Qilin, having verified, transparent infrastructure is the only way to maintain trust. We're moving into a phase where kernel integrity monitoring is no longer optional, it's a requirement.
Stay sharp and patch those Fortinet instances today. I'm Lauren.
I'm Aaron. For more on these stories, visit pci.neuralnewscast.com. This briefing is for informational purposes only and does not constitute professional or legal advice. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
This has been Prime Cyber Insights on Neural Newscast, intelligence for defenders, leaders, and decision-makers.